Hey everybody, my name is Colton.
And I'm Jason.
And today we're taking a look at Star Crusade, which is now available on Steam. Star Crusade is a collectible card game that is now available on Steam, and we feel like we really need to open this video by addressing the elephant in the room. This game is Hearthstone.
It has the same game mechanics, it has the same draw system, it has everything but the names, but I genuinely don't think it's a bad thing because...
The cards even look like Hearthstone cards, except spacey.
but
it's not bad. Yeah.
As someone who's played card games since like 97, it's kind of nice to not have to learn a new set of rules every time I pick up a new card game. So I don't think Blizzard's going to come out and sue them over it because they're not taking any intellectual property, just the mechanics that make it an easy to pick up, easy to play game. And honestly, it's a lot of fun.
It is. It's actually a lot of fun. I enjoy it. I mean, what works well in Hearthstone works here. Most of your keyword abilities are the same, minus they use synonyms. Like, instead of magic power, it's fire power. It's the same stuff.
Instead of shield, it's shield.
It's the same. Instead of, like,
chain hit or whatever the chain attack is, it's arc.
Yeah, it's the same
arc
stuff.
Something.
It's the same things. But the things that make this different are the factions, the lore. The setting is a huge thing that makes it different. You have a lot of neutral units that you can use to help pad out the ranks in your deck. And then the game is divided into 6 other factions.
Well done.
Starting with the Anunnaki, which are kind of like Protoss, I think is what I most associate them with.
Yeah, they're sort of like a machine faction, I believe.
Yeah, they have a lot of psychic powers, but they use a lot of energy type abilities. They have a couple of energy abilities. A lot of copying and stealing cards. Then you have the Consortium, which I really think is an interesting concept. They're basically all merchants and mercenaries, and a lot of their gameplay deals on building credits. Like each card gives you a credit when you play it, or is worth a certain number of credits. And then you can spend the credits, give them other powers and things based on your score. It's kind of like firepower, but it works a little differently. The next faction...
They're my personal favorite faction other than the Terrans.
The Terrans are the next one, actually, and they're who Jason and I both play. Terrans revolve a lot around firepower and support units. Jason plays a support unit deck. I play a firepower deck. I'm all about nuking people and board control, slapping people in the face.
And I just run a bunch of support units that all buff each other and make them almost impossible to deal with.
Yeah, Jason's deck is fucking hard to deal with. Then you go to the hierarchy. These guys are a sort of secondary kind of faction. I don't have all of their cards, but a lot of their stuff is also machine and they're kind of like Protoss and Zerg mixed together. Then you go to the Shanti, which are like a beast race.
Those guys are really cool.
Yeah, they are like the if Zergs and World of Warcraft shamans like fucked and had babies.
You know what they kind of remind me of?
They're all about mutating.
They almost reminded me, before I saw the mutate cards, they kind of reminded me of the Kilrathi from Wing Commander.
They do. They're very much like the Zerg, though. They're all about like mutating and hatching spawnlings and rush down and that kind of thing. And then you go to the Hajir Gog, which are Hell Demon dinosaurs. And they play kind of like warlocks. They play kind of like warlocks in Hearthstone. You deal damage to yourself to get benefits. Not rocket surgery, but good stuff.
Yeah. But while it's very similar to Hearthstone, one of the problems I have is it doesn't really explain the stuff that's not Hearthstone, like the energy system. I spent the first 2 days playing this game not even knowing what it was until me and Colton sat down and I was like, well, what's that little blue line on my screen? And he said, oh, that's energy. And my response is, what the fuck is energy? None of my cards use it. what the damn it? And what's with these two little icons on my screen that just sit there and fucking take up space? It drove me nuts. The tutorial covers a lot of the Hearthstone stuff, but not enough of the not Hearthstone stuff.
Not enough of the actual Star Crusade stuff.
And that's kind of a bummer.
That's vexing.
That's a good word for it. I had amiibos scattered across my floor as I swatted them in anger.
Yes. But all in all, it's a really fun game. There are a lot of varied mechanics. I feel like there's not too much we can say about it without saying it's Hearthstone. And that's not a bad thing. It's space Hearthstone. Now this game is guilty of a couple of sins that I despise. And the first of which, and the last of which, is the store. And, well, actually there's two, the store and the crafting system. We'll talk about the store first. So cards are unlocked by winning credits. Credits are won through normal gameplay. As of right now, I think the game is technically in beta still, isn't it?
I believe so. It should still be in beta.
You play ranked matches or casual matches, you only get 5 credits per win, and packs cost 100 credits apiece. Obviously,
your only other hope is quests.
And spending real money. Which I don't even think you have the option to do yet.
I'm not sure, but you will eventually.
No, you can. US $7.
Okay, you
$7
can.
USD for a pack of 5 boosters.
That's outrageous.
There are lots of other things that are going to be added to the game that will help pad this out, and I hope the rates that you earn credits are changed or something. The only other way,
or the card costs lowered.
Right, because the other way to get cards if you don't buy them in booster packs is to head over to the deck section and to enter fusion mode. This is just crafting from Hearthstone. Again, this is another thing that's just Hearthstone.
Speaking of the cards, I do have a gripe I want to mention.
Okay, go ahead.
A thing that the RNG factor really bothers me a lot. Now, granted, if you get duplicates of a card, you can break them down for materials, which is okay, which is kind of nice.
Right.
But it doesn't seem like there's a set number of card rarities per pack.
Right.
Like, I think you're guaranteed one rare. But, like, we opened, 25 boosters?
A piece.
And I think I got 5 cards or 6 cards above what is their version of rare. Because there's 2 or 3 ranks above that. Now, I had some packs that I got, 2 legendary cards, and that was awesome. And I feel like, again, this is also kind of like Hearthstone, because there's no rhyme or reason to card packs. Magic the Gathering, 8 cards, 12 cards?
15.
And it's 15. I'm thinking way older.
And you're gonna get some uncommons, and you're gonna get 1 rare.
It is a set number of commons, uncommons, rares, with the occasional extra foil card of any rarity. And it seemed like there was virtually no rhyme or reason, and it really frustrated me. I had packs that were amazing, and I had packs that were worthless.
And a lot more worthless ones than good ones.
Yes, and if you're going to spend real money, that's why I stopped playing Hearthstone, to be totally honest with you.
Because in order to get anything good, you had to buy assloads of packs.
There's also another thing that we can talk about is the raid system is just the Coliseum system for Hearthstone, but it is different in one really important way. I don't know. Did you do that yet? Did you try the raid?
No, but you did, so tell us about it.
I believe you can also do multiplayer raids, which I did not explore. But you build decks the same way, like you're given you pick a faction, you pick you get your random cards you select from, and even if you lose all your matches, you still come out with a couple of cards. You get random cards based on how many matches you win or lose. Mm-hmm. So at least, even if you lose, you still get something, but it still requires credits to do it. The only other serious gripe I have with this game is you can only unlock factions if you encounter them, and I think you have to beat them in a match.
Right.
And since that's random if you're playing against people online, I don't know if it works versus your friends.
Right.
That I'm not 100% positive on.
Back to the...
But I love the... Yeah.
No,
go ahead.
I was going to say, back to the other thing. Is
Yeah.
the fusion mode. It's the fusion mode from Hearthstone, except rare cards cost about 5 times as much as any other rarity of card, and commons break down for about a tenth of what they would break down for in Hearthstone. Now, Hearthstone's crafting system is not fantastic, but I feel like it's at least somewhat balanced. This shit is just balls to the wall. Like, they found the knobs for pay to win in Hearthstone, and they cranked the shit up to 11. They just were like, these are the points where they're squeezing money out of people. Let's do that, and then let's do it more. And they did it till the fucking pilot light went out.
But we don't want to say this game is bad because we both genuinely enjoy playing it. But there are just a couple of things, and it's still in beta, it's still being worked on, that we definitely feel need to be addressed if this game is going to really stand out on its own.
Yes, absolutely. But all in all,
it's fun. You should look at it.
You should go grab Star Crusade immediately, or as soon as possible when it's in beta. As soon as beta ends, you should.
I think you can early access.
You should early access this game. You should be a part of it. I gave it a Hearthstone out of 10, and we will see you next time
on Bottom Tier.